Doesn't it feel great to be alive? Hey, main event baseball YouTube fans. Hope all you guys are having a great Friday Eve and a great Thursday evening as well. Hope all you guys are ready for the upcoming weekend, which unfortunately is the day after tomorrow. But tomorrow is Friday. But you know what? It's not Friday yet, guys. It's a Thursday night. And on a Thursday night, we have a very exciting episode of Main Event Baseball with Ryan on YouTube. So as always, guys, make sure if you enjoy this video, you do the following: thumbs up, like. If you want to not a subscriber, make sure you do subscribe down below, guys. And with all of that said, let's get down to tonight's business. Okay, guys, do you guys want to know something that happened in tonight's Brewers versus Mets game that was odd? It actually came in the top of the 8th inning for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Now, the Milwaukee Brewers were coming to play to bat, and they were already given an automatic strike one. Not because of a way you would think. It had nothing to do with the batter not being in the batter's box and facing the pitcher on time. They had everything to do with the first base coach. By the time the clock hit 0, the first base coach for the Milwaukee Brewers was not in his coaching box, which made it an automatic strike. Now, I do want to ask you guys, do you guys agree with that? I mean, do you guys agree that when the clock has struck 0 and the first base coach is not in his coaching box, should that be an automatic strike on the batting team or the hitter, or should it not? Let me know what you guys think of that rule down below in the comment section. But I don't really recall a Major League Baseball game or a professional baseball game in the era of the pitch clock where the first base coach was not in his coaching box and they made it an automatic strike on the team coming to bat. So, I mean, I just found that a little odd, but maybe you guys could shed light on it and give me what you guys think. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this, because it was definitely something that you just really don't see that often. And you know, I haven't seen it happen in a Major League Baseball game. I've witnessed in a Major League Baseball game where the third base coach was not in his coaching box, and they didn't rule it an automatic strike. So that, I mean, it was just a really odd thing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on that rule. Should it be enforced with an automatic strike, or should it not be? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys on where you guys stand on that rule. But speaking of the Milwaukee Brewers, guys, Jacob Mizorowski, the AKA Miz Flamethrower, was the starting pitcher for the Brewers tonight in Citi Field against the New York Mets, guys. And you want to know how the Miz did in the Queens, New York on a Friday Eve and Thursday night? Well, that's a great question for you guys to find out right now. Okay, guys, so the very first pitch, Jacob Mizorowski threw tonight in the bottom of the first inning was 101 miles an hour. Now, I know the Miz, aka Jacob Mizorowski, guys. I mean, he's got to be the hardest throwing starting pitcher in MLB right now, right? We all know that. There's no doubt about that in anybody's mindset. But what I really wanted to talk about, guys, is, surprisingly, it was raining just a teeny tiny bit in the Queens this evening. And I saw on a couple of occasions the Miz or Jacob Mizorowski. I saw him throwing the ball, getting his delivery like that. And then his front foot was either slipping or sliding on the mound. And there were a couple innings that Mizorowski just did not look that comfortable. Now, luckily, despite not looking that comfortable, he was able to make it through. He was able to survive the weather. But I mean, you know what? When it rains even a little bit, that dirt infield can get slick. It can be a slip and slide. It can be a nightmare for a lot of guys. And for, watching that game this evening, Mizorowski there were a couple innings where his front foot would slide from here to here. And I mean, he didn't fall down. He didn't get injured. And amazingly, he actually made it through a Florida Eve nice and safely, which is always a good thing. I know the Milwaukee Brewers would not want to see Jacob Mizorowski get injured this point in the season, guys. But you want to know how the Miz did? That is a great question. Mizorowski would go 6 innings. He would give up 2 hits, only 2 runs. He walked 2 and he struck out 6, and he did not give up a home run, guys. So that was enough for a big fat W. And of course, guys, the bullpen backed him up 100%, guys. Once the bullpen went into action for the Milwaukee Brewers, guys, they only gave up 1 hit. So the Mets only had 3 hits on a Friday Eve. And unfortunately, it was a tough loss. Brewers win the game 8-2, guys. But you know what? Knowing that it was Jacob Mizorowski and Sean Manaea, the starting pitching matchup, I mean, everybody had to know that, if Jacob Mizorowski had a bad outing, that in a way would be breaking news. And I think some people, despite Mizorowski going 6 complete innings, they kind of believe that he did not have his best evenings. So, I just wanted to leave it there, guys. So, when I'm going to take a timeout, cause for the pause, as I like to call it, and when I get back in just a little bit to start part 2 of tonight's episode, we're going to talk about what the Milwaukee Brewers did this evening. So you want to know what the Milwaukee Brewers did tonight in Queens, New York at Citi Field? Tonight, the Milwaukee Brewers, ladies and gentlemen, hit for the cycle, but not one player hit for the cycle. It was a team cycle. So for any of you baseball fans out there who don't know what the cycle is, it means that there is a single, double, triple, and home run, all 4 of those in one game. A player can get the cycle by hitting a single, double, triple, and home run all in one game. Now, the Milwaukee Brewers, as a team, hit for the cycle in tonight's ball game against the New York Mets. Now, usually, you're going to see a single, double, and a home run in a game. I find it, out of all four of those regarding the cycle, I find it the triple is the three-bagger is the toughest to get in a game. I feel like when you get the triple out of the way, then you actually have a really good opportunity to hit for the cycle. But the Milwaukee Brewers guys did it, and they did it in clean, main event baseball style, guys. Not only did they pick up a Friday Eve victory, but they were able to get a team cycle on top of that, guys. And Pat Murphy has got to be happy with his guys. But yeah, so a team cycle. The Milwaukee Brewers hit for a team cycle on a Friday Eve and a Thursday night, and I think the New York Met faithful probably a little disappointed that they only had 2 runs scored in tonight's game and only 3 hits. I mean, the Milwaukee Brewers bullpen only gave up 1 hit after Jacob Mizorowski left the game. And remember, it was in the bottom of the 7th inning where we had the 7th inning stretch. That was the first time of the night that the New York Mets did not have to deal with Jacob Mizorowski anymore. Now, unfortunately, for the remaining of the game, they only got 1 hit, and that 1 hit came off of Luis Robert Jr. in the bottom of the 9th inning. If that did not happen, then the Milwaukee Brewers bullpen would have thrown a perfect game. Not the Milwaukee Brewers in general. It would be the bullpen that would have thrown a perfect game. But you know what? It's all right. Jacob is... Sorry, guys. My camera went off for a minute. But you know what? It was just a great night of playing some Major League Baseball for the Milwaukee Brewers. Unfortunately, for the New York Mets, tonight was the series finale, and they move on tomorrow. But for the Mets, guys, they remain at home because they will host the Houston Astros in a 3-game interleague weekend series, guys. And the Milwaukee Brewers, I actually don't know where the Milwaukee Brewers will be playing over the weekend, but I do know on Monday they will be in the windy city of Chicago to take on the Chicago Cubs. And that will be a 4-game series, and it will be a huge 4-game series for the Cubbies. Maybe a big 4-game series for those Milwaukee Brewers. But yeah, I thought, when I found out, I think it was like 2 nights ago, I found out that Jacob Mizorowski was going to pitch tonight, and I'm like, I have to watch that game. But you know what? A lot of what happened this evening at Citi Field in Queens, New York, we already expected. Probably, Mizorowski getting the W, but if you ask Jacob Mizorowski himself, it probably could have been a W that he could have done a little bit more. But luckily, he had his offense back him up, including Jackson Chourio, who had a 2-homer night. Yeah, the leadoff guy. Out of all things, the leadoff guy had a 2-homer night for the Milwaukee Brewers. So, hey, Milwaukee Brewer baseball fans were definitely going to be happy with their team's performance tonight, guys. And OMG, but you know what? If any of you guys watched the game, I would like to get your guys' opinion on it, But Jacob Mizorowski, as expected, is the winning pitcher. The loss goes to Sean Manaea. When you look at it on baseball terms, going into the game, not surprising. But, you know, there were a couple. I just got to, you know, I got to vent for a minute, okay? There were at least 2 plays in 2 nights ball game between the Brewers and the Mets. Both of those 2 times, the Mets were taking the field, and both of those times, a error was made. Now, the first one that was made, thanks to Sean Manaea, it was ruled a base hit. And it was kind of funny. The announcers were like, "Are you kidding me? 100%. Not a base hit, all right? If it was called a out, he would have been out by a mile. But thanks to the throw by Sean Manaea, it pulled the first baseman off the bag. The first baseman caught it, but ruled safe. Now, the umpire got the call right, but what the scorekeepers at Citi Field did not do right is they ruled it a base hit instead of an error. And I'm telling you guys, all the ding-dong day, it should have been an error. I don't know why they chose to rule it a base hit, but it happened twice in one night, and that bothers me. But yeah, baseball fans, I don't feel like you see a cycle hit very often. Maybe a team cycle, you see a whole lot more. But yeah, Milwaukee had a team cycle tonight, but they didn't need a team cycle to pull out a victory. And I mean, it was I guess a good night for the Milwaukee Brewers, but for everybody else in the NL Central, not really what they wanted to hear. So there you guys go. But again, guys, final score from Citi Field, Milwaukee wins it 8-2. Your final score. The Mets are back at home tomorrow. It will be a new day, and secondly, a new opponent, as they will welcome in the Houston Astros for a 3-game interleague weekend series, guys. But you know, speaking of tomorrow, other than it is Friday, we are going to be covering another game highlight and recap tomorrow. It will be an interleague game. It will be the back-to-back World Series champions, the LA Dodgers. They are in the Motor City. Hey, actually the same city of a guest on the channel page. It'll be her city, but Tarek Skubal will be taking the mound for the Dodgers against his team that he pitched for earlier this season. It will be the first time since being traded from the Detroit Tigers to the Dodgers that Tarek Skubal is back in Detroit, and I will be watching that game tomorrow and covering it on the channel. So it will be a very, very exciting night. I can't wait. I wish it was Friday night already tomorrow so we could get this, you know, show on the road. But yeah, so very interesting, you know, but a little interleague series. And you know what? I bet, you know, I'm very curious, you know, aren't they going to be booing Tarek Skubal? Are they going to be cheering Skubal? Are they going to have a mixed reaction? That's kind of the one thing I'm most looking forward to other than watching the game. So what do you guys think? You know, tomorrow, do you think Skubal's going to get booed, cheered, or a mixed reaction from the Detroit faithful? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, and we will find out what one it is. But it will be a very fun episode, and I cannot wait for that game tomorrow night, you know. So, and I bet LA Dodger fans and Detroit Tiger fans can't wait for that game as well. So, but yeah. Oh, and one other thing, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video. If there's anything else on the channel you want to see in the future, also let me know, guys. I will see you guys on Friday tomorrow for the next episode.